On this episode of O'Fallon Matters, see how modern sculptures are shaping our community. Check out a new digital tool that's helping companies select O'Fallon as their next destination. And catch up with the men and women of the Building Inspection Department to find out how they are keeping neighborhood properties safe and secure. All this and more next on O'Fallon Matters. Welcome to O'Fallon Matters. Our first story involves a local citizen who gives hundreds of hours of service to our police department. Joe Meyer is here with a profile of one of O'Fallon's top volunteers.
O'Fallon is a beautiful city. It's recognized as one of the best places to live in the country. Our hard work and volunteers have helped make this city what it is today. Volunteers give the city of O'Fallon countless hours of their time. They are such a vital part of our city. O'Fallon volunteers get together for a common cause without expecting anything in return. Now, here is the story of a man who devotes his free time helping O'Fallon police officers master the art of gun safety and marksmanship. O'Fallon resident Kevin Bennett started his volunteer journey with the city of O'Fallon some years back when O'Fallon's K-9 team came calling.
Back in 2013, I was working at Home Depot, and one of the K-9 officers was in the store talking to one of our assistant managers. I stopped and asked, well, what are you building? And he said that they were in need of replacing and rebuilding some of their K-9 agility equipment to get ready for the trials. So I looked at the assistant manager and I said, hey, if we get this project, I want to be team lead on it. She pulls out the paper that she'd handed him, gave it to me and said, it's yours.
Once Kevin completed his first volunteer project with the O'Fallon PD, he was hooked. In fact, this guy even volunteered to help renovate the police department's old firearms range. During the renovations, he built new offices inside the range and worked tirelessly to modernize the facility. And then, with the new Justice Center opening up, new volunteer opportunities became available.
That's when I decided, hey, you know what? I think we could use him as a range volunteer. He had enough certifications, he had qualifications to be around this atmosphere. So naturally I asked the chief, and the chief okayed it, so I wrote up basically a job description, if you will, for him. I went to Kathy Helsted, and she said that would be absolutely great if you did that.
I'm a NRA certified firearms instructor and NRA range safety officer. Now, I do not do any of the firearms instructing here, but I do serve out on the firearms range as a range safety officer just when they need extra eyes. I also am a certified armor in the Glock AR-15 platform, and so I can tear the guns down, diagnose a problem with them, clean them, repair them. The
firearms instructors here at the O'Fallon Police Department do all the instruction. I use Kevin as a pair of eyes for me. So if we have, 7 guys on the line, there's a range instructor, and then I needed somebody to just kind of watch the line, make sure everybody's doing everything they're supposed to. So I take them in the armory, we work on guns, break the guns down, we clean them. He knows just about everything there is to know about guns.
With a wealth of firearms knowledge, Kevin is an asset to the department, and he enjoys working hand in hand with officers.
Really helps us in all manners, especially when it comes to firearms. I didn't realize that how talented Kevin was in firearms until after the fact. And he has really came through for us on a lot of our training, to the point where he's even on his own time, this is all volunteer, has gotten certifications to become our safety officer on our range.
It's volunteers like Kevin Bennett who make the city of O'Fallon a great place to live, work, and play. Kevin is serving his community by generously lending his firearms expertise to officers.
I would say it's probably to honor my father. My dad was a reserve police officer in Oklahoma for 28 years. He had a full-time job, and then he would work 28 to 30 hours a week for no paycheck as a uniformed ride-along for the city of Tulsa and Claremore. And Missouri doesn't have that type of program, so this is my way of giving back.
So next time you see Kevin at Home Depot, tell him thank you for all the selfless service he gives to our officers.
There's a department in City Hall that works tirelessly to ensure that our homes and businesses are safe and worth the price. Let's meet up with the men and women of the Building Inspection Department to learn what they do for our residents.
They're a common sight poking around in new home constructions. You can find them at every new development throughout the city, too. Who are these city employees? They're our building inspectors, and they have the important task of ensuring every building in our community is up to snuff.
We have building inspectors basically to enforce the code. And the code is designed to really protect public safety, health, and welfare. You know, things such as structural integrity, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire safety, and energy efficiency. From the home you live in, to the schools your children attend, to the stores you shop in, our inspectors are there to ensure that all of that is built safely into code.
Under their watchful eyes, mistakes that could cost a homeowner thousands of dollars in future repairs are caught and rectified, ensuring the home you buy is worth the purchase price. They also oversee multiple stages of construction in commercial and industrial buildings, which guarantees the safety of our community. You might never meet them while they're working behind the scenes, but they're watching out for you when they step onto a job site. The building inspectors are also your point of contact when it comes to getting permits for residential alterations, and they're here to walk you through every step of the process.
Most residents are only going to build a deck or finish their basement maybe once or twice in their life. And so we can't expect them to know all of the building codes. So our inspectors are here to help them with that. First of all, you can visit the website and download one of our guides, and that's going to get you going. After that, you can come see us and talk to one of our inspectors about any code questions you may have or concerns. But more important than that, we've seen thousands of these types of projects. And so we can help you with maybe a bracket that's going to work best, a product that may be better for your application. But most importantly, those violations that we always see and how to avoid them. Some of those can be very costly, very time consuming. So come see us and let's get those right before you start your project.
The building division is located on the second floor of the O'Fallon Municipal Center and is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They have lots of useful resources that can help you plan out your home renovation. And their staff is always available to answer any questions you might have.
So if you need help with your deck or your basement project, give one of our inspectors a call at 379-5660. That's our job. We're here to help the citizens. We're here to help the residents. Codes are difficult, so come see us and let's get it right.
If you're a regular to O'Fallon Parks, you might notice something different. Watch this next story to see how a new art concept is shaping our community.
Ready, set,
After years of planning, O'Fallon's unique rotating sculpture series is now in place. The Shape of Community features 8 large-scale works of art in prominent areas throughout the city. In fact, this incredible exhibition is unique to the entire St. Louis metro area.
Shape of Community is part and parcel of a larger project of community art involvement that started several years ago with a conversation I had with a council member and the need to kind of foster the arts in a more community-wide basis.
The mission of the program is to enliven and enhance some of the public spaces here in O'Fallon. We have such beautiful parks here in the area, and the sculptures are really just an addition to the beauty of those parks.
8 sculptures were chosen from a pool of 60 submissions from around the country. Each piece was selected not only for eye appeal, but to appeal to the mind's eye.
It came down to a vote through the whole committee, and that's how we ended up with them. And it was just a wonderful thing that we were unanimous on so many of them. So I really don't have a personal favorite. I love all the ones we picked. I really do.
So we've got a lot of different mediums represented. There's artists represented from both local artists, regional artists, and artists from around the country who sent us their sculptures to be included in this exhibition.
3 of the sculptures are based on cultural icons. There's a huge life-sized horse, a guitar, and a gleaming heart. The other 5 exhibits are abstract with different designs from undulating waves to mysticism and culture. Shape of Community is truly a one-of-a-kind visual treat, and residents of the metro area will be happy to know that there's plenty of time to experience the exhibit.
The pieces are going to be up until right around February of 2020. We're running on an 18-month cycle.
O'Fallon gets to kind of test out these sculptures. We get to try out the different locations for them, the scale of them. If there's a particular piece that is really just a favorite and maybe we want to include one of those in a more permanent sense, then this is a really great way to test that and to prove which ones are the most liked by the community.
If you would like to find out more information on Shape of Community, you can go to ofallon.mo.us/parks.
It's a wonderful undertaking for a city of this size to do a program like this. And we really look forward to kind of growing the number of spaces that are included in the exhibition.
There's going to be a lot of public art going on here within the city. It is my hope that as we move forward with this, we're going to get businesses and some other nonprofits that may want to get involved.
So next time you're out, make sure to check out all the exhibits scattered throughout O'Fallon. You may just run into a 9-foot-tall, 1,200-pound sculpture, or you may experience the power of the life giver. No matter what you discover, the wonder of national sculpture is now at your doorstep.
Let's head over to watch some extraordinary athletes learn how to water ski. Brett Figgis has this story.
On a sunny day in August, families came together to dip their toes in the sand and enjoy some water sports on beautiful Lake St. Louis. But this was no ordinary trip, and for many of these participants, it was a chance to enjoy a sport they thought they might never get to participate in again. Thanks to a partnership between 2 great organizations, athletes and water enthusiasts with disabilities got to wrap up the summer with a fun day riding the waves.
Lift Disability Network is out here today with Missouri Disabled Water Ski Association, and we're planning and providing all kinds of adaptive water skiing for people with disabilities.
We have all of the adaptive equipment that people will need to ski, so they just bring themselves and they get to spend the day skiing. We've added tube rides, we've added boat rides for the skiers and their family members.
We like the whole family to come out and just have fun together, and so we provide opportunities of recreation and sport and do something that they maybe thought they couldn't do before today.
And we have people that come from 4 and 5 different states, and we have a lot of people that come back and are veteran skiers.
Thanks to this water skiing clinic, athletes were able to leave their disabilities behind and enjoy a day at the lake. Volunteers were on hand to help coordinate boats and show new skiers the ropes. And with proper adaptive equipment to suit any need, they ensured that every participant was able to hit the water no matter their ability. Plus, feeling the spray on your face and the waves beneath your feet is just plain fun, which is probably why so many families participate in these events every year.
Well, it's something that I started a couple years ago, and it's been a lot of fun every time I come. It's a great experience that I really can't get anywhere else. It was really freeing. I mean, it feels like you're not disabled anymore. You're just having fun out on the waves, not really thinking about anything else.
Both the Missouri Lift Disability Network and the Missouri Disabled Water Ski Association believe in the power of community, and events like this bring whole families together to participate. It takes a lot of volunteers to make this event a reality, but they wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
It makes me feel a little jealous because I'm not able to go out there because I'm working, but it's such a great feeling, and my experience, even watching my daughter, I can't wait to jump in the boat when she's ready to ski and do the sit skiing, because it's just so fun to see that spark and that smile light up on her face while the water's splashing in her face, and you know they're even falling in and just having a blast, and it's priceless.
Think you'd like to take part in an event like this? You can find out more information about all of Missouri Lift Disability Network's programs at liftdisability.net/Missouri. They offer a breakaway family summer camp each year, as well as monthly community get-togethers like this water skiing clinic. You can also check out www.mdwsa.org to see Missouri Disabled Water Ski Association's comprehensive schedule of adaptive water skiing events. No matter what your ability is, you'll find water skiing is easily adaptable. And after a lesson or two, you'll wonder why it took you so long to give it a try.
Do it, absolutely. It's scary at first, but don't let it intimidate you because it is a lot of fun.
You're going to come to a welcome environment. There's no one that's not accepted. We are full acceptance. Any and all abilities is really what we like to say.
You don't have to have any equipment. You get trained. Your family members get to be your cheerleaders. And you can start small. You can start in a boat, get used to the boat ride first. You can go on a tube. Then you can graduate to getting in the equipment and skiing. And I've seen so many people do that. And they're just so excited and they come back every year.
Thanks for that story, Brett. It's great to see these athletes get the chance to experience some new thrills on the water. For our next story, we'll learn about a new O'Fallon website whose purpose is to attract new business to our community. Let's find out more.
Here in the city of O'Fallon, we continue to grow and thrive. With the philosophy of family first, the city has achieved phenomenal and intelligent growth for more than 4 decades, making it one of America's safest cities and best places to live. Our economic development team continues to be proactive in developing relationships with businesses seeking to locate, retain, or expand their operation in O'Fallon. Recently, Economic Development launched a new tool that's designed to help grow O'Fallon now and into the future.
Well, we took a lot of time researching best practices in our industry, and we looked at a significant number of websites across the nation and what they have done to this. One of the focuses that we had was to try to make sure that our new website was mobile ready, and so we looked at a lot of websites that had that ability to convert from tabletop to tablet to mobile device, because we know that people we want to work with are always on the go.
We really targeted site selectors and business owners that we believe would be interested in coming to the city of O'Fallon. So the website is really designed, geared to provide them helpful information such as demographics, population info, and different like infrastructure and utility information that many site selectors will be looking for.
Select O'Fallon helps economic development set itself apart. It shows industry and business leaders that O'Fallon has prime business and industry sites. It tells the story of central location, quality developments, and future prosperity.
I think one of the most important things and the messages we can communicate to an outside audience is success breeds success. And if you look at what O'Fallon has done, not only from a growth perspective, the investments that we have made as a city into our community, and the businesses that have thrived here. And so you'll see a long list of businesses on our website that talk about True Manufacturing, Citi, MasterCard, all the companies that have done really well here in O'Fallon, and that is a clear indicator to other companies that they can come here and be successful.
Now, creating an extensive website like Select O'Fallon took months of detailed research and content management.
It's a lot of teamwork, working a lot with our communications team and a lot of outside organizations such as the Chamber, the O'Fallon Chamber, the St. Louis Regional Chamber, the EDC of St. Charles. Just a lot of teamwork within the community and outside of the community itself.
Select O'Fallon just launched, but economic development is already planning future upgrades to the site.
In the future, we're going to be making the website much more interactive. Like, for example, we're going to be adding many drone videos of the sites that we have in O'Fallon. So users will be able to get on the site and scope out the sites in a first-hand experience.
Check out all that Select O'Fallon has to offer by going to selectofallon.com.
Well, we want to really tell our story here in O'Fallon and talk about what we can do to help businesses be successful. And I think through our website, Select O'Fallon, that we have done that in offering all the options, both sites, opportunities to work together with the city and our partners to be successful. And I think that's been accomplished through Select O'Fallon.
High temperatures can cause big problems during summer days. OFallonTV's Brett Fickus is here to share some tips that will help you stay cool and beat the heat.
Summer is one of the most exciting seasons in O'Fallon, as it means it's time to get outdoors and fully enjoy everything our city has to offer. Summer is synonymous with sports, events, festivals, and soaking up some sun. But as temperatures soar, so too does the risk of heat-related illness. We all know exposure to the sun can lead to uncomfortable sunburns, but high temps can also lead to cramps, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and more. The good news is that heat-related illnesses are preventable, and we sat down with paramedics from EMS Station 14 in O'Fallon for some tips on how to stay safe. To get started, here are some symptoms to watch out for that might indicate a heat-related illness is developing.
If you're starting to feel sick to your stomach, maybe you stopped sweating. You've been sweating, but now you've stopped. A headache, maybe some visual changes, things like that.
You can get into a much worse kind of heat illnesses when you're talking confusion or seizure activity or unconsciousness. And obviously those things could be a lot of other problems as well, but heat-related illnesses can go from really minor complaints to really major life-threatening concerns.
So if high temps are in the forecast, what can you do? The safest answer is also the simplest. Just don't be outside when temps are at their hottest.
Probably the number one thing a person can do to prevent a heat-related illness is to be smart about when you spend time outside. It's better to do your activities early in the morning or later in the evening if you have that kind of flexibility. It's just to avoid it if possible.
Avoiding being overheated starts like the day prior. Making sure that you have plenty of fluids on board, taking care of yourself in advance of having to go out and do something like that. And then make sure you have somebody that can check on you, especially if you're an older person. Make sure that you have somebody that knows where you're at and what you're doing so that they can come and check on you periodically.
If you have to be outside during high temperatures, make sure you stay hydrated. Sports drinks and lemonade can replace vitamins and electrolytes lost due to sweating. And if you're running errands, it's critical that you don't leave pets or children in your car. Temps can rise to dangerous levels in a matter of minutes, as heat from the sun gets trapped in the car, kind of like a greenhouse. On an 80-degree day, the temps inside a car parked in direct sunlight can quickly climb to 140 degrees or more, which is deadly for children and pets alike.
A lot of times what we see is that this is truly an accident, where they leave their kids in the car. Maybe they just meant to run into the gas station for 5 minutes, they run into a friend, and then before you know it, now it's been 10 minutes, the car's been off.
Heat inside of a vehicle can rise rapidly. You've got sunshine coming in the windows, you've got no air movement. Obviously the engine usually isn't on, and it just becomes a stagnant atmosphere that heats up really fast.
So remember, plan your day out so you're not outside during the hottest part of the day. Take caution while exercising or doing yard work, and take frequent breaks to rehydrate and cool off. Never leave children or pets in a car, no matter how briefly. Finally, if you feel fatigued, dizzy, faint, or experience other issues after being in the heat, call for professional help right away.
If you're having a medical emergency, you should call 911. That is what we're here for. We are happy to come out, check you out. It doesn't mean you have to go to the hospital right away, but at least we can rule out some of the bigger things. And at least in this type of situation, get you cooled off and hopefully help you feel better.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have a good story idea, let us know. You can email us at OFallonTV@ofallon.mo.us. And please remember to give back to your community, because O'Fallon matters to all of us.